homies chatting. The podcast THC. Two homies chatting. Can you let me ask?
Podcast.
Just two homies chatting.
That's the brand of my microphone.
Oh, okay. So you're
It
on
defaulted
the quad.
to just the microphone of my AirPods. Which,
Okay.
isn't the end of the world, but like Apple knows their shit. They do all right.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying there. That would be that's always a concern with these Beats. I got the Beats by Dre. I don't know if you know
That's
that.
an Apple product.
Doctor.
It's an Apple product.
Surgeon.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I know all about it.
Got the Bluetooth here, but yeah, I like work when I'm working. I go with the mic on the Bluetooth on the headset.
Nice. Yeah, like when I'm on call, same.
Yeah,
I need to,
like I don't want it to be like
technical
loud
difficulties.
in the off vibe. What you got, bro? You got some technical diffs?
Yeah, here we go. I remember now. Yeah, it's always like whenever I'm just a little bit new to the MacBook life. But
Yeah, because how's that treating you,
whenever
bro? Like you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, the M2 is so fast. Except for the second I bought it, they're like, "We got another one coming that's just twice as fast." And I'm like, "You assholes!" But that's what they do.
Like if the homie, when you were checking out with your new Apple, with your
Right.
your Honey Crisp,
Mhm.
if homie or home I don't know if that's like the female, like homie, and then there's home. But if they were like, yo, 90 days,
It could be homie for both.
homie's gender neutral. Yeah, I feel the same. Would you have held up if they were like, yo, we got like Apple MacBook volume mixtape 12 coming out. It's the hottest hot, most fire we've ever heard. Never seen a
They just
computer like
announced
this.
it, and it's like that's they announced it. It's not out until like end of this year or like next year, maybe even. So it's still. I wouldn't have waited. I think that was what you were getting at. I would have still gotten said M2 MacBook Pro. It's a great machine. I highly recommend it. Here's how I bought it. I went on the Apple Store. It's the same price pretty much everywhere. Apple's really good at controlling their prices. I like that as well about them. I respect it.
That's called a map.
So I just bought it on the Apple
Kitty.
Store, and I picked it up from the Apple Store, and I just bought it on the app with my Apple Pay. And then I just walked into the place, and I was just like, yo, I'm here for that thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, here it is. And then I just gave them dap, and I was like, peace. And that was it. It was dope. It was
Like,
thanks, Apple.
y'all got to
The
order for
experience was
Kenneth.
Exactly what I wanted. Yeah. For Kenneth,
easy.
Mr. Ainge.
Like, because you don't need a test drive.
No, I know what I want. I just want to pick it up and go. I don't really want it shipped to the doorstep. I'll just pick it up. There's stores all around. Here's the thing. I will say though, that store was huge. It was well staffed, and there was 20 to 30 customers, probably 50 total people, in that store checking out stuff. And I was impressed actually with the operation. So if you want that experience, you can have that as well. That's my feedback.
Yeah, I like where your head's at. Apple Store is it's like the DMV, right? Like
I
there
don't
are
want to
sometimes
spend any time in there. If they would hand it to me at the door at the front, I'd be happier. It's not my vibe. That's not what I'm looking for.
It's all about what you're going in for. Like at the DMV, if you're going in to renew some plates, get your license plates updated, you're gonna be there for hours, right? You trying to get your iPhone screen fixed or some bullshit like that. You're gonna be in that store for hours. Right? But you want a conversion, you want high dollar items, DMV gonna get you in and out.
Oh yeah,
Apple Store is gonna get you in and out. Oh, we're converting on the transaction. Let's get this guy. He's done. Upsell. He's coming back. Another customer. Washington.
They had the iPhone leather case in orange. and I didn't even know it was available. They almost had an add-on, but I was like, nah, I'm out. Peace. I'm good. Black leather's
Well,
fine.
you know-
I don't need that.
Speaking of add-ons, though, Kenny, I'm gonna add on, and I guess we should intro. It's been so long, and we just flow into this thing, and then we're talking, and then it's like,
Oh,
I
shit.
guess we should say, welcome to a fresh new episode of the Two Homies Chatting podcast,
Right.
with your host. Today is Kenneth.
Yes.
Say what
See,
up, Ken.
What up, Ken? Yeah, I always like it when you lead us in, but I know you love to get me, and you had me for 48 seconds. Remember when I was messing with the thing? I was like, oh, he's recording, but I'm not gonna. We're just gonna. I didn't, so we're in. But yeah, it's always good to
Yeah, have a moment,
a kickoff, a tip.
Yeah,
off,
like a coin
first
flip,
pitch.
right? This is like a coin flip. Is it kickoff? Maybe turning in the batters lineups, right? The lineups.
The coin flip is the success of this recording. Kickoff is when it starts, I think.
True. XFL rules, Kenny. Extreme. But you were speaking of add-ons, and I was gonna say I want to add on to this episode with this beverage that I have because I'm incredibly parched.
It's great.
I don't know about you, but
Hold on.
resources are scarce in the Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest.
everything's scarce. There's snow everywhere.
Bro,
I'm gonna
I can see my breath
Yeah.
in the garage. It's so
Right.
cold.
you can. It's
Chilly.
24. What do you got?
Oh yeah, my
What's your
temperature
temperature
gauge
right now?
it
Do you have
says,
that?
it's too far. I can't read it. All right.
What does your mine says?
What's
mine says
my
30.
current temperature outside?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Let's see. In the Mac, it's 27 degrees right now. In the macaroni.
Wow. In the macaroni.
Speaking of
Macaroni.
in the macaroni, bro. But speaking of add-ons to this fresh episode, I'm so glad to be back. It's so fun. Sorry, things are always a little weird right now. So we'll get there. But I went with this local cider out of Auburn, Washington.
Oh,
Shillings. But I got a little hard cider there. Passion Pineapple Passport. Something that I need to get. Or Passport, depending on how you pronounce it. But yeah,
a
dude.
passport.
Yeah, I should probably get that. I have it in my cart. I'm trying to go to one of them
Yeah.
all-inclusives, get warm. I can drink.
I've got 3 of my local favorites tonight. I'm gonna start with my current number 1 in honor of drafting things tonight. I guess that's coming up.
Oh yeah,
I got a Squatters,
Ooh,
a Juicy, India Pale Ale, a Squatters Juicy.
juicy.
It's so juicy, and just shout out to all 87,256 residents of Auburn, a city in King County, Washington. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the listeners in Auburn, Washington.
If you're in Auburn, Washington, I hope you go to Dick's Drive-In and get yourself a delicious burger. I mean, I could eat 10 of them burgers in one sitting.
Yeah,
Fries.
Are they- yeah,
Get yourself Neapolitan shake.
are they like slider size? How could you eat 10?
They're like single patties. They're the best way I can describe them is almost like the bastard stepchild of a Dick's Drive-In burger would be like a Wendy's double stack.
Word.
Like a punch, but not big enough so you could eat a bunch of them. I'm
Like the
10
Kmart version. The Kmart version of the Dicks would be the double stack of the Dicks.
Yeah. Yeah,
you could get that Columbia vest and that thing's gonna be great. Or
Yeah.
Kmart has a version that's 80% less, and not so great, but you can get it, and I think that's pretty close. Dick's Burger to double stack.
But the thing about Dick's is that it costs less than the double stack does right now.
Oh, word. How do you spell Dick's again? Just for our listeners out
I think that's a capital D, lowercase I, lowercase C, lowercase K, apostrophe S.
It's owned by the Dick. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
no
I don't
E
know
on
if
the
you
end,
can also receive the Dick's there, but I know.
Whatever. They probably
Yeah,
don't
if
control
you're
the
into
parking lot.
that-
They're probably like, we just do burgers. I don't know.
Wrong kind of meat.
Whatever happens out there inside these walls is burgers. I don't know.
We sling
I don't
burgers
know
in
what's
here.
going on out there.
So Dick's, you walk up to the window, and it's like, wait up, bro. It's like efficient as fuck. You order, by the time you pay, they throwing out your bag, but it's fresh, it's hot, it's ready to go. It's wonderful, fantastic.
It's one of those places. Is it like comparable to a White Castle?
No,
Is it like a
no.
Pacific Northwest
White Castles would be like if Dick's was on crack and lost its child, and then
word.
that child grew up
Shit.
in the foster system, and then
Oh,
got
God.
on crack
They sell
as
them-
well.
They sell them at the freezers. So like, yeah, I know. Yeah, y'all in the freezers in Walmart now. So
Yo, them rectum rockets are fire, though. I'm not gonna lie, man. I grew up on some of that. I know Ed would be, I've witnessed.
are they called rectum rockets? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like White Castle sells rectum rockets.
Yeah, the rectum rockets, bro. Like you eat them, and then like 10
That's
minutes
not
later,
real.
you
That's
go
a
and
nickname.
shit yourself.
That's just what That's just what Pops called them, right? That's not real. That's just what Pops called them, right? That's not real, right?
Yeah, there's two things.
If I
that are
Google rectum
absolutely,
rockets,
like,
what am I gonna find?
I don't know. You should Google it and see if it's like this is often referred to as a White Castle slider.
I mean, if I Google it, what am I gonna find? I don't know.
That's
Ooh,
actually
it's
true
not
too.
coming up. Ooh,
You should write
It's not
rectum
coming
rockets
up.
cheeseburgers just to be safe. Just
it's a nickname. Say some guy a rectal rocket. UrbanDictionary.com, trustworthy link. Here you go.
ultimate.
All right. I can't. Is there an option for this guy to read it? I ran to the shitter and blew my major ass all over because of the rectal rockets from an hour earlier. Use it in a sentence. There you go. Rectal rocket.
Country of origin, please.
Yeah, it's a nickname apparently for the White Castle Castle hamburger.
Dude,
But it's
so
very
funny, man.
popular. It's not just Pops. It's confirmed it's very popular. There's an entire Twitter page dedicated to it.
Now listen,
So
I'm not.
if you want to read more, that's on you. I can't.
Like, I love my pops, right? Like, I love him. Okay, I'm just saying that he's not the type of person that's gonna come up with the term rectum rockets. It's definitely gonna be a phrase he has heard from somebody.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like,
It's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
just
I mean,
knowing, I spent a fair amount of time with him, and
right.
I would say that he's funny as hell, funny ass dude, but I just have never heard him blend words in such an eloquent way as rectum rockets before, But I would. Oh no, maybe so. I think like his fantasy football team name is like Eddie's Erections or something like that, which is pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Pretty
think
funny.
you sell him short like that. That's. I thought it was very likely that was just some shit he thought of while he was heating him up in the microwave. Like, right? Come on.
He's like, God damn,
he
this
just
shit's
puts-
always fucking
He just
passing right
hits
through me.
96 seconds. I just say it, but it's very common.
You're right.
Confirmed.
You're right. I'm not trying to
So-
say. I'm just, I just think that's a good term. I think
It
it's
is. It's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah, like, there's some shit where like you hear it just rolls off the tongue so well. You're like, man, I wish I would have fucking came up with that or some shit like that. Like, but
So
anyway, we're here.
Cody, yeah, here we are. They've
Here
been
we
calling
are.
him the Rectum Rocket since 1986. So the name's older.
That's a
than
good time.
It's a long
What,
run.
like 1 year or older than that.
Yeah, I got 1 year
85,
on the
right?
Rectum Rocket. Yeah, I got 1 year on the Rectum Rocket. That's true. Now
You've
everybody listening
outlived
in Auburn,
Rectum
Washington
Rockets,
knows
bro.
how much. Not yeah, that's true.
You've outlived it. Like, what's a better
So far.
accomplishment than not shitting yourself after eating a cheeseburger?
Right. Well, first of all, now everybody in Auburn, Washington knows how old I am, and also, I attribute my success in this victory of mine to never having eaten a Rectum Rocket.
No, but you've got some microwaved,
Nah,
right? You've never had
No.
White Castles ever? Not
I've had it
once?
from a White Castle. I've been to a White Castle.
And you've eaten
I guess
it. You're
that's-
just saying that it's never
That's
ejected.
technically true, I guess, and it's a nickname for all the burgers. So I lied. I have had it.
Yeah, so like you've had a Rectum rocket. You
But-
just haven't rocketed. You haven't launched. You haven't taken off.
But
You
I
haven't
didn't say that. But
Houston, we have a
I
problem.
didn't say that. I just, I don't remember it specifically, but I'm not
I can't
about to
recall
stand
the
on a hill and
encounter.
claim it didn't happen. It might have.
Oh, where are we going with this? We're gonna,
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
that's so
somewhere
funny.
else. I hope.
that's so funny, dude.
I pushed it. It's true. That's very, very true.
Well, food, food's the greatest gift. I can argue the greatest gift ever given to us on this planet, besides like fucking breathing and all the miraculous shit we have to be able to walk and like balance and thought process on it. But food is like the greatest thing ever. It's so good all the time.
It's part of it. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do all those other things that you mentioned if we did not have the energy to do so, which comes from. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It is
and
good.
like
It is good.
some food goes down, and it's like, hey, buddy, we're here to stay, and some food, just like there are some tenants that get evicted. Some food does too, and that's just what happens.
That's true.
It's a natural.
Sometimes you got to toss them out the club.
That's right. Sometimes you gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Come
kiddies.
in.
That's got to be like
swinging around.
your most favorite time to be a Browns fan is when you take shit, right? You're like,
That's a really funny joke that everybody says. It's like it's their go-to joke whenever they meet a Browns fan, and it's cool. Yeah, I get it. Poop is brown.
What do you
sometimes.
think about
It's just green.
What do you think about
occasionally.
the Green Bay Packers?
Fuck it, I
What do you
mean-
think about a recent joke that has happened in the media a little bit? Got a little media attention. Put a couple buddies on a golf
Oh.
course,
Hmm.
and you know what it's like golfing, Ken. You get a little distance. They might build a super Walmart between your ball and mine, or something like that.
Right. Classic
Uh,
joke. Classic.
classic.
Fairway.
uh,
Classic.
But after several holes of out distancing his young buddy, Tiger Woods slips Justin Thomas a little tampon, huh? Right there
Right.
on the tee box.
Oop,
A little,
right there.
little jester.
right there,
Wow.
right there.
What you think, Kenny? You got a little thoughts? Got some action?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I do believe it was not supposed to be seen by cameras. I think that the timing of it was where he thought he was good, and I don't know. This is not confirmed. I've sent some feelers out, but it's got to be a running joke with these guys, right? Like, is it a pass the
Gotta be
tampon? Like, it's probably a pass. Probably the same tampon they've been passing.
That
for
they
5
just
years, probably. Right? But this is amazing. I laughed my ass off. A buddy of mine sent me a TikTok, right after it happened that he saw, and it was great. And I took a tampon out of the closet, and put it in my golf bag the same day. So, just like Tiger Woods, like I wear red on Sundays too. Like, whatever, I don't care. It was great. He did have to come out and apologize for it because we live in a much more sensitive time than we used to.
Nobody knows how to take a
We
joke.
know I think we know the personality of these guys, especially a guy like Justin Thomas. Like, I feel like he probably started the joke. I think that's a Justin Thomas joke.
It's got to be like retroactive. Like they were playing
it's been
around, maybe
going
a
for a
practice
while.
round,
Right.
and then like he was like, "Oh, you need a tampon, Tiger," and then Tiger's like, "I got you, motherfucker. I'm gonna do this shit on television."
I don't think you wanted to get caught, but it is such a great flex, and to do it, after you said like, I drove him a few times, and then I hit it like really good, and you just nonchalant.
He had a great Thursday. Tiger had a great Thursday.
He did. His Thursday was great. It was very exciting. I was very much into that. I saw your setup. I was very proud of your evolution there.
Got to work and watch golf at the same time.
I love it. That's
But-
actually my favorite because the timing of either if you get the right rhythm, you don't miss a thing on either side.
No, dude, it was great. I think I had a couple calls. I was just chilling.
Right.
Yeah. Had the headphones in, watching.
Yeah.
What a great pairing, right? Like, I know this is like a week ago, but like, what a fantastic pairing, right? Like, you get Tiger, Jade, like they know, like if you know golf, Justin Thomas and Tiger Woods have a very good relationship, and then Tiger
They do.
and
They get
Rory
along
have
great.
a good relationship. Yeah, so like,
very great. They
but
started
like
a thing
JT
recently.
yeah, like Rory's a little sensitive, so like he ain't out there joking the same way. Where like JT, they're bantering, they're going at him, they're chirping, they're like young kids that are like they
You might get pantsed.
and they won. JT and Spieth won the challenge versus Tiger and Rory, right? So like, but
That's where it came from. Like, who knows?
dude, it's. I thought it was a brilliant joke. To your point, all right, I'm just gonna counter you. If you didn't want to get caught, I would have gone with something a smidge smaller than a tampon, because that like takes up the whole width of his hand, and then JT dropped it, right? And then it was like, but they,
Right.
he
didn't realize what was happening at first.
Yeah, like maybe give
He
him.
didn't know.
or maybe
In the
give him,
picture,
like,
he's like thanking him almost for whatever he's handing him. It doesn't even know what he's handing him. He's like, "Oh, thanks." Oh, what the fuck?
and then like
It's great. It's a great moment.
And then like, what a weird thing to do. Like, I don't think like to drop the tampon. Like it's not used. It's full. It's
No,
like, I
right.
don't
There's
know
no
why he,
reason
like,
to be
dropped it.
disgusted.
Yeah, like why would
Yeah.
like what are we doing here?
Surprised. He was surprised. Or
Genius, genius
great.
kid.
it's great.
It was funny, dude. Like I can't. Like I think next time we're playing, I'm sure one of those things will get not one of those, but something like that. Like I know you said you put a tampon in the bag. I've been trying to create, come up with something a little bit that come off the
Right.
cusp. What do we?
Oh yeah. Your own spice of a similar vein. Your own
something like
version
that, like-
of your own version of the turnover chain.
Yes, right. Like maybe there's like a little hula skirt, that comes around.
Whoa.
So
Right.
I'll drive
Fucking
you.
give me a
You
Hulu
gotta,
skirt and see what happens.
you gotta rock. You gotta rock.
Slip
this
me a
Hulu
tampon.
skirt.
Slip me a tampon. I'll put it in my bag and remember that for a while. Trust me.
Dude, it would be. But the other thing is too. It's like it was a few holes. Like and Tiger was like, in order for it to really work, it's got to be several holes for that to kick in. And
Or a really big one, like, where you really gotta like 100-yard gap. No, I mean, I think it's the number one sports flex cocky taunt moment, maybe of all time, definitely of recent memory. And you and I were talking about this, and it sparked a debate and an idea to draft, or choose, and discuss the greatest sports flexes of all time. And this is exciting because this is something that we researched, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but this might be the first time we've ever researched anything on this show. I don't know you.
Dude, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
know.
I was like, it's so funny that you say that because I was thinking of like bringing that
I don't
up. And
know.
like, we've kind of undervalued this podcast at times, right? Sometimes we just spark a little note. We're talking through some stuff. Sometimes we hop on and we just fucking bullshit some shit. We're just
Just
two
more like
homies chatting.
jazz. Just
Yeah.
we're just like jazz. It's just like a little bit of ski bop, a little
Scout.
and it's not planned. We're just winging it.
No, like fucking. You think Mozart went in and was like, "I'm painting this"? He said, "No, that motherfucker." Wait, did Mozart do music? That's just that.
I love it.
I was
Just keep
thinking-
going. It's perfect. It's perfect. Leave it. It's perfect. Leave it. It's
You
great.
think he just knew
Exactly.
what the fuck he was gonna
Right.
fucking
Right.
orchestrate? No, motherfucker had. Wait,
No.
did he have one
I mean-
ear? Which one had one ear?
That was Van Gogh. He was a painter.
Van Gogh. Paint.
He, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably lead
I know
poisoning,
Mozart
but,
did music. Carconi.
Yeah.
All right, Kitty. So you're right, though. All right, back to
And
normal news.
Right.
This is like really the first thing outside of a couple things that have come across and sparked our interest where we were like, yo, let's do some work. What do we got? Let's do a draft. Let's draft. You pick 5. I pick 5.
Premeditated segment. here.
Serial killing.
I hope I can think of 5, honestly, to be honest. But I don't know. How do you want to do this, and what's the criteria? Did you decide on any criteria before we go any further?
Well, I think what we were talking about, and real quick, Ken, I'm just going to spark this up, right? Going into this, before we go down into a criteria, I'm going to just crank open a little.
Oh,
And get my
Little
beer
crisper.
going. A little
crisper back.
pre-draft bevy. A little pre-draft bevy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna
excited.
crack one of these open.
yeah, I think you should. Oh, that's a little too meditative there.
I'm gonna go with this great artwork. Still out of shilling, because we love our Squatch. And I just been digging ciders being back. It's so good out here. They ain't got ciders up in Utah. They got like Angry Orchard. They're cool, bro. It's like offering like pelota and fuego pelota, Like who wants fire?
No, but you can buy like canned Moscow mules and shit though now. It's
Yeah.
like we missed a step. It's a
Yeah.
missed a step. And
Gotta,
it's a little sad that the cider was the step we missed. I mean, I'd love to sit down beside her.
Ayo, I got the shilling local Squatch. Look at this guy with his jukebox.
I love that. Jukebox
local
Squatch.
legend. The local legend, bro.
Right. Well, you got Squatch, I got Fish for Cutthroat Pale Ale from Uinta Brewing Co.
To our listeners in all 50 states and some odd countries, number one podcast in Madagascar.
Shout out
If you come across the Uinta Cutthroat, get yourself some. All right. Get yourself one. Okay? You're welcome. All right, Kenny. Back to the real stuff. Okay? Ooh, shit. Can't spill everything. Okay, so we talked about a criteria of we were like, oh, because you were like what did you call it as? You said it was the biggest flex, right?
Flex. Sports flex is it's like a flex.
Yeah, and if you Google what are the biggest sports flexes in sports, all they give you is fantasy football links. It doesn't matter how you change that Google search. So we did kind of call your shots, right? And I think an example we used in which I assume we weren't going to put in the draft because we just were just amateur hours. But an example was Babe Ruth calling a shot before hitting a home run, right? Which is it was a fantastic call, right?
Calls it.
That's
hits it.
Sports flex. Yeah.
Sports flex. This is what we're in researching synonyms that I used to find such moments were cocky moments in sports history, taunting moments, because a lot of these are taunting. I don't know. Well, we'll just save them all because I don't know what you got on your list, and I might need a few of these that I have that maybe you haven't thought of because I might just need to round out a roster here, to be honest. But so we were just gonna trade them off, pick them, and discuss them. I thought, and I was kind of excited for this because after we decided that there was no further discussion, so I'm kind of super curious to see what you came up with. And first of all, how do we decide who gets to pick first?
Oh, I think that's got to be a coin flip. You got a coin? You got a coin?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably. I got lots of shit here, dude. I'm buried in shit.
Or you got a golf thing?
Oh yeah, I mean I have coin. Look, coins.
You have coins? We could just flip a coin.
Do you have a coin? You don't have a coin.
Shit. I have a lighter. I could flip this lighter, and if it lands,
come on, get out of here.
Dude, I'll just flip it in the air, and then if it lands on logo side, then you win and you go first. And if it lands on .com side, then I go first.
Your fucking logo side. Flip a lighter. Flip a lighter.
Okay, ready?
Whatever.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna flip it like that. Watch this.
I want first pick, so watch. Who's picking it? Who's calling it? What's heads?
You can call. Do you want logo or do you want .com?
I pick logo side.
Okay, and just so you know, I'm just gonna give a practice flip so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna do something like that. So it's gonna flip, and then I'm gonna just let it do its thing. Okay.
On the ground?
I don't know yet. I haven't really gotten there.
I mean, how do I know you're not lying?
Because I'm not gonna lie, Kenny. Why would I lie? It's literally
one
one pick.
Why wouldn't you lie?
Do you want? That's a good point. Maybe I got a good pick. Ready? Here we go. Landed on the logo side, Ken.
First pick.
Logo side.
Do I get to pick Tiger Woods, tampons, Justin Thomas? 'Cause that's all I wanted.
You can't
I just wanted to check one off the list. I can, right? That's my number one pick.
That's
for sure.
That could be
definitely.
That could be your number one pick. Okay.
That's my number one pick. Now, great. That's all I wanted. That's the only reason I was invested.
I like that. That's a good get. Way to solidify the first pick of the draft. Tiger Woods was also the first pick in the draft on the Chappelle Show as well. Just so you know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several times. First
Okay.
pick.
My number one pick, Ken. Are you ready for this? All right. I got number one, Larry Bird. Okay. The 1988 All-Star Game 3-point contest where he walks into the locker room. He goes, "So who's coming in second?" And then wins the
Yes.
3-point contest with a jacket on.
Yep.
That's my number one pick.
It's really, really, really great. Really great moment. Yeah, way to get a Celtic in there, and one of the greatest of all times. Often left out of conversation. LB, that was pretty dope with the jacket on. That's my favorite part.
Jacket on.
How many times did you walk into a event and just keep the sweatsuit on the whole time, match and all? I did that a few times. I love it. It's one of my favorite moves. You show up. I never take my warm ups on, even at the
straight
first
steady
pitch.
warm up. Never have to get ready if you stay
That's
ready.
That's great. That's great. Well, mine, my number two pick is from PGA Golf, and a few years back, and it's Jordan Spieth at the Open when he holes out and he yells to his caddy, "Go get that shit." It's one of my favorite ones. I love that. It's kind of like, it's great. They did a story on it a few years after. It's a cool moment. They laugh about it. Fired up, holes out. I think it was to win it too. And or on day 3, maybe. I don't know. You might want to fact check that. That's my number 2.
Okay.
It's a great moment.
I like that, dude. I'm a big fan of back-to-back golf rounds right there. So early picks, Kenny's leaning down the fairway.
I have first.
All right. I'm gonna bring this back. Number 2. Now again, listeners, this is just the ones we think are top 5. All right, this is our team. This is how I draft. Okay, and I'm going.
We'd love to hear what you think. If you want to hit us up, Two Homies Chatting, podcast THC. You could just add us or hashtag it or however you kids do it. I don't know. However,
just send us a message and we'll respond.
What's your
Let
5?
us know. What's your 5?
Second pick.
Second pick. I'm going to the GOAT. Mr. Goodell suspends the greatest quarterback of all time the first 4 games of a season, and he says, "Hold my fucking purse," and wins the entire Super Bowl. Says, "Fuck you, Roger. What you gonna do, Roger? Oh, you want to suspend me over natural gas law? Well, hold my Uggs, because I'm fucking winning."
I hate that one because his first
Brady.
game back, he scorched the Browns. He just fucking made an example of a beat up young team and just came in, and it hurt. It hurt. It was bad. We watched it, I think, together, and it was like,
yeah, it's rough. It's rough with Stillskin out there. You get pissed off, Tom. Them Boston folk. They don't fuck around.
No. I wish I had some better ones, but I'm gonna go with one of my favorites for whatever reason. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's T.O. with the Sharpie and the autograph, and that moment. I like that one.
See, that's interesting. I thought you were going with
there.
I thought you were doing the Dallas Star moment.
That's T.O. You could be your next pick. I think it's right there. It was a toss. There was a few toss-ups for me. I just like the flashiness of that just embodied everything that a wide receiver was at that time. I like
it. He was pretty solid. I mean, good enough for like 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, how many years you want to fucking put it,
one of the best.
to get himself a Hall of Fame career, and then not even go to the Hall of Fame thing. It's just like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I like that. I'm just gonna stay at home with my family. That's what I would do too. I like that.
All right, Kenny, I'm going number 3 pick. Okay, number 3 pick, I'm going with a fantastic golf movie
Oh,
that has one of the neatest actors in Hollywood, Mr. Kevin Costner,
yeah. Right.
playing Tin Cup
Tin Cup.
on the 72nd hole of the U.S. Open with the lead, shakes the ball or hits the ball on the green for a chance to win, and it rolls into the water. Next ball in the water. Next ball in the water. Next ball has to be on, or he's DQ'd and holds it. Mr. Tin Cup, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that. I love that pick. My 4th pick. Is that
Oh,
what I'm
number
on?
4?
I'm on 4, right? I picked 3.
Quattro.
Is the Jordan Shrug. Classic.
Ooh.
Easy. Build your roster around that one. Love it. It's one of my favorite gifts to send too.
Just
Like, and then anybody texts me anything complimentary.
yeah. Do you hit him with the? Do you ever hit him with the gift that's like the Chicago arena security the dude from the Last Dance, and he's like beats him in a game of like quarters, and he's like, hey.
No, but I will from now on. I'll find out.
Hits him with the shrug.
Later.
Save
I love
it.
that. That's great. I think on his way out the locker room too, as Jordan's calling him back for a rematch, I think is how that goes down.
All right, we got what am I on, 4th?
Yeah, your 4th pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna stick with you, bro. I'm gonna stick with you here on the basketball train. I'm gonna go with Allen Iverson's step over Tyronn Lue.
Right. It's a classic one. That
The
came
classic.
up in a lot of my searches. It was tough not to pick that one because it's great.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty tough move.
I like that. That's great. Do you got a pick I can borrow? Do you want to trade for my pick? I don't have a 5th, to be completely honest. I was just trying to find one really quick. Let's see this one right here. Marshall Henderson makes no new friends in Auburn. 1/26/2013, Ole Miss Rebels at Auburn Tigers, taunting fans after hitting game-clinching free throws.
I actually know which person you're talking
Marshall Henderson may be legitimately insane, but he sure is fun to watch. The free-spirited Ole Miss shooting guard went at it with Auburn fans last season, screaming right back at the taunts of the Auburn faithful for better or for worse. This guy is always worth watching the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's like a solid. I actually remember when that went like kind of viral. I was like, oh my God, this dude's awesome.
Right.
I think he did like a little career overseas. All right, we got the 5th, right?
Your final pick.
My final pick, okay, aligns with my first pick, Kenny. When you build a team, you want to build it with winners and guys that can talk that talk and walk that walk.
Sure.
And I pick Larry Bird again
I like it.
when he said, you know what? I'm just going to go out here and play this game left-handed.
Oh my God, what a good one. Yes, keep going. I can't believe that's so great.
And Larry Bird left-handed
Oh,
with
that's such a
7
good one.
for 7 from the free throw line.
Right.
And 10 out of his 21 field goals were left-handed.
Yep.
He said he was getting ready for the Lakers. Didn't want to hurt up his shooting hand.
That's
So he plays
gangster.
this ran left-handed.
Yeah, I love it. That's a good one. Nice pull by you. I love the double Larry Bird.
Thanks,
I'll write
man. I
that
just
on me.
got to go with the champs.
I love it.
I
It's
have a
great.
couple of honorable mentions
Please
as well.
share 'em.
If you're
Let's go.
interested, listeners,
These
if
are
you're
great.
interested.
I want to
Okay.
hear what everybody else thinks too. This is a good one.
So I have the Usain Bolt smiling before winning
I like that. That's a
the
good
gold,
one.
the gold, right before
That's a
finishing.
great honorable mention.
I got Charlie Conway on the Mighty Ducks being told by Gordon Bombay, "Yo, just hit him with the triple deke," and we
Triple
got
deke.
the triple deke. Uh,
Triple Deke is good.
I
love
also
that. I love your
have-
sports movie references here. I like that. I like.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think-
qualifying those as real life.
yeah, like I think I mentioned to you, like Happy Gilmore
Right.
saying, "You know what? I'm just gonna win this now." Like,
Yeah.
and nails the putt on 18 on the 72nd hole to win the
Classic.
gold jacket, which is like their Masters, right?
Right.
And another one that I got from one of our longtime listeners, sometime caller, Pops hit me up with.
Sometimes.
You remember?
Hit him up, Pops. Let's go.
Do you remember when he came out for the Super Bowl and like the first like 8 plays of the fucking Super Bowl game, he was like, "Oh, Peyton Manning's gonna fumble right here," and it was like it was Seahawks, Broncos. And he kept calling like all the plays for like the first. I mean, he was like an 80% clip, and you're like, "Oh, shit, it's a nice flex,
Yeah. Nice work.
nice work."
I like that. That's good work.
Yeah, I had some fun with that. That's a very hard thing to research, though. Like, and then if you ask people, like I was asking some coworkers, like what he
Nice.
got. I like
Input.
some of the responses. Like Billy Hoyle as an example. Just pretty much Woody Harrelson and all of White Men Can't Jump is like the biggest sports flex of all time, right? Like, I mean, the movie even starts with like him just be like, "Oh, you want me to play? Oh, just me?"
Yeah, that's true.
At home, he can
That's a
hoop.
good point. That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah,
all valid.
it's a good time, dude. Bill Murray from Space Jam, ultimate sports.
Yeah, that's
flex
great.
Right there.
I like that. That's a pretty good one. I like that Bill Murray Space Jam one. That's fun. That's good. Yeah, I like that. I chose to kind of exist in real life, only because I started thinking about movie ones, and I was like, "Well, there's way too much there, and I'm already having a hard time filtering results." So, no.
Yeah, I had to
I was kinda like
expand.
Keanu. I was like, no.
Yeah, like I speaking of Keanu,
Please.
sports flex, The Replacements, when
Love
Joe Falco
Thought
comes
about it
in at
several
halftime
times. Love it.
and throws
Good one.
the game-winning touchdown to a deaf Roy from The Office. Like
Right.
it's.
Signing it.
I'm with you. See, like to me, those are memorable things, right? Like Vince Papali
Right.
in Invincible, Mark Wahlberg with the
Well, that one kind
or-
of did, I think, but like most of those didn't really happen though. So like, I mean, it can't be like real.
I had Rudy on the list. Where they hit it with the Rudy, and the whole
Really?
crowd's chanting Rudy, and then he comes in and he gets the
Interesting.
sack. That's a flex. He gets the sack.
I'm not, I'm not gonna disagree out of respect for Rudy because that movie shaped my childhood in a lot of ways.
mean, what-
So
Vince
I
Vaughn,
mean, I'm not gonna.
John Favreau.
I mean, I'm not gonna touch that there, but it's not. That's not where I was going. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, but I could spiral down like fake sports, like that's. I mean, it's still real. It's real sport,
We could spiral
Yeah, you
even
could say,
further
like-
and talk about what is fake, what is real. I mean, if you want to get really weird.
That's true too. Did you get on the Full Swing documentary?
No, I haven't. Have you? Are you like up to speed and ready to like go on it? Have you? Don't spoiler alert me. Is there anything I need to know or shouldn't? Don't hit me with too much if we go down this road right now. But I looked at it
What-
once and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna like that. But I'm gonna need like
Oh,
4 hours
you're-
to like that all at once.
You're gonna like
I'm
that
not
a
gonna
lot.
be able to like. I'm not gonna be able to like taste that. I'm gonna like. That's gonna.
Yeah.
That's like some Saturday. That's some Saturday shit for me. There's some. I put it on in every room in the house or whatever, like, as I move around.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, I'll do this, do that, watch it. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy that a lot. That's gonna be a good one.
It's great. I'm excited for that.
Do you guys have an Apple TV?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you should watch Shrinking.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think not watched it, but
Yeah.
I've seen it around.
Like with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel. It's have you guys watched Ted Lasso?
No, I'm familiar, but like that's not really up. Yeah, no, I haven't been there yet.
Oh no. Listen. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
steer I'm not gonna steer you wrong here. Okay?
I don't think you would steer me wrong.
Your wife will love Ted Lasso.
We discussed it, and I don't think so. Maybe
It's not a soccer
There's a lot
show.
of people involved. I know that. She knows that too. Like we're
It's
aware-
like
we're
yeah,
aware
it's
of
like
it,
it's
so.
like 10% soccer.
We're not. It's what's the guy's name
Jason
from
Sudeikis.
SNL?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not fans of Jason Sudeikis.
I mean, I'm not like
You didn't like
not
We Love the Millers.
or whatever. It was all right. There was a couple of cool moments or whatever. I wasn't like, "It's amazing." I was more like,
Well, you
"This
know,
is
amazing
funny,"
is tough.
or whatever. This is the longest SNL sketch ever.
Which one is it?
That movie.
Oh, We Are the Millers.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
That's
Look, I'm not a hater. Don't put me in the hater seat here. Don't put me in the hater seat here. Okay. It's just not like, you know how like you remember the Backstreet Boys? Were you too young? Were you around? Were they around? Was that part of your young childhood?
That was, but yeah, Backstreet or NSYNC.
All right.
You know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, any of those. If you're older than
Which
us,
which one?
then it's like, which one do you like? Which one is your one? Which one do you identify with? What's your flavor? Which one? What's your combo meal? What's your 5 for 5? You know what I'm saying? Like you pick your
Yeah,
Backstreet
like-
boy. That's all I'm saying is like Sudeikis is not like if there was only 5 choices and he was one of them, he'd probably be 5. I like him, and I wouldn't be disappointed.
But he's a part of your order.
Fashion.
He's 5 for 5,
Right.
right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not upset about it in any way.
You're
I'm
just
like,
saying he's like the beverage. You might drink
Right,
it, you might
he's
not.
not-
It's just
he's
coming
not-
with the order.
Not why I'm here. You're not awful. You're great. I'm glad you're here.
It's a
Glad
complimentary.
you're doing this. This is great. If you weren't here, you know, whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want. to say.
Nobody's. Oh, no, what is that? No, nobody's. No, but-
Is it time for
I
another
hope-
beer yet, or what?
It is. It's beer 30
Uh,
right now, bro.
Good. But so before we move on from Ted Lasso, I'm not trying to be a hater. There's a few sources I have that I use for reference points of whether or not things that people say are good are actually good. If I haven't developed my own opinion yet, I have, things I could reference that I trust, and they all love Ted Lasso. So that's all I have to say.
So
What's
you're
it on?
saying
It's on Apple?
eventually. Yeah.
Apple TV Plus. So
Yeah.
this is like free advertising for them, so they love this. So, and if we could shout out to
I mean,
Sudeikis, if he wants to come on the show and get real awkward about this and confront me,
homies
let's
helping
do it,
homies,
dude.
bro.
I'm not a hater. We could hang out. I'm sure he'd love to have a beer. He probably lives somewhere where they make local beers. That's like the only premise for being on the show. Anytime people are like, "Yo, let me be on the pod," I'm like, grab some local beers and let's go. That's the only
Let's
thing
go.
you need.
That's the only qualification.
Grab some micros and let's go, man.
But no IPAs. Okay, no IPAs.
I have an IPA. You can bring IPAs.
No, you can bring ice. It's more like, you know what kind of bugs me at times right now? It's like you go and you try to get a mix pack, and they're all IPA mix packs. Like there's never any like real diversity anymore, right? And it's like
they overcorrected in the popular way there.
Yeah, they were like, everybody likes IPAs right now. Let's
We're just gonna make IPAs.
Yeah, and like IPAs are great.
I'm not Kolsch. I love a good Kolsch.
Yeah,
How about
like
a
I'm
red
with
ale?
you.
Come on, what's up with
Like,
an amber?
Let me
I'm
get
having an
a
amber
mix
right now.
pack.
This cutthroat.
You know, like
all of the flavors,
all of them. Taste the rainbow. That's all. You know, like you fucking. That's life, right? Like you want to taste all the flavors. All the flavors.
That's why Baskin Robbins exists.
That's right. 32 flavors? 32 flavors?
I think it's one.
Flavors?
31, I think.
31 flavors? Yeah. That's right. 31 flavors.
Which seems limited now. Like in the 80s, that was like, holy shit, that's so many fucking flavors. But like 31 options, honestly, seems a little bit limited. Especially when you're talking about ice cream. Like I expect at least that much. And if you had more, I'm pleased.
Like you're like pumped
with the selection.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I guess I still feel like it seems excessive. You know, how do I know that you're going to get 31 flavors down?
Could you even name 31 flavors of ice cream? I couldn't. I
could. No, they get like the names get so obscure. They're like chocolate chunky chip and then chocolate chip chunky. that's so fucking chocolate chunky chippy chippy.
I love that.
Then you're like,
chunky.
Well, what?
Chocolate. Will you do that
chocolate
again
chunky
later,
chip,
but like on
chocolate
its own
chip chunky,
and send it to me in a voice clip? What?
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm gonna mix that up over some beats.
Mix it up, roll it in some dough.
Well, I'm about to mix it up. I'm about to mix it up with a Pilsner, I think.
Ooh, I've been on a Pilsner vibe lately too.
And if you want to know the first 3 digits of my phone number, you just can buy this beer because it's 801. Hit me up. Long-time resident, long-time caller.
Well, guess
Long
what?
Time.
Auburn, Washington represent.
87K and growing.
I'm gonna hit it with this. Is that flamingo? That is a flamingo. Is that a flamingo cock? Flamingo.
Looks like flaming.
I'm gonna
cock?
go.
You're gonna have a flaming cock. It's flaming
like a flamingo
cock.
pink cock.
Oh,
It's a grapefruit and chill, bro. Grapefruit and chill, man.
Is that a grapefruit cider?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy. Where do you live again?
I live in Oregon.
That's from Auburn, Washington.
Yeah, that's probably like
Washington,
3.5
Oregon?
hours away. It's probably like 3.5 hours away.
It's closer to Russia than it is to here.
Closer to Russia? I don't think that's right. I mean, I know like the ocean, but I thought that was like Alaska, not Washington.
Washington is next to Alaska, so there's
No.
a probability. There's a possibility it's right. There's a chance.
No, you gotta go through Canada to get to Alaska. Yeah.
Yeah, but only because you have to go through Canada to get to Alaska.
Yeah, like Alaska's not like I know what you're saying.
But it's
like
only because it's at the tip. Like it's only for
like
a
they're
second.
they're
You don't
close
have
in,
to. If you
in
jumped in a canoe,
visibility.
you could fucking. If you jumped in a canoe or on top of a log, I hate it when people are
Hold
like,
on.
"Are the ancient people didn't have boats? How could they cross the ocean?" I'm like, "Wood floats, dummy. Like they could
You're
just
gonna
jump
c-
on a log if they
Oh
want."
yeah, you're just gonna jump on a log and float down the Alaskan riverways.
If there ain't no food over there, maybe that's your best option. Just
I
saying.
mean, I'm just saying that like, geographically, the reason why
Right.
Alaska is close is because the way that like the
All
states
right.
like kind of they finish it like upward peak, like
You're
like,
right. No,
like
like
they-
Alaska is like across. It's like 2 miles from Russia at one point, and there's an island in the middle of that gap.
that they can
that
like
is, like,
low
split.
tide, right? Yeah.
It's like split. It's like it's weird. It's a weird little dynamic up there up north. It's a very quiet but contentious region. Kamchatka and the Kamchatka Peninsula.
Dude, I would fuck with Alaska in a heartbeat.
I'd go. I've been there once before. It was dope. It was like another planet. It was awesome. It was so
Yeah.
cool.
I could do some
And I mean that with
fishing, some
respect,
explore-
like-
yeah.
It was obviously Earth. It was fine, but like I went to a place in Alaska that you couldn't drive to. Like they propeller planed us in. Like it was crazy.
That shit is dope. Like that's some rural ass parts
That's why
of
it
the
felt
world.
like another. That's why it felt like another planet. Like you couldn't just.
Yeah,
I
dude.
couldn't like rent a car and drive home in the middle of the week if I wanted to.
I
Wouldn't
think
happen. Like you couldn't drive. There's no roads that went that direction.
like I'm not a
crazy.
social media fan, but like there are things where like you see places of the country on social media that look like other planets, like
Right. All the time.
all over the world, like
In Utah.
not just but like
Several
in America,
places
yeah,
in
in Utah. I've been in southern Utah with snow all over the ground, and that shit looks like Mars. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That red rock with snow, I don't know if it snows on Mars, but it fucking looks like Mars. It's exactly what I would envision Mars.
It's confirmed.
look
There's
like.
ice and it doesn't snow because there's not a strong atmosphere on Mars, but there's ice on Mars. So there's areas of Mars that look very much like that.
Dude, it's fucking dope, man. You go to like
Right?
the sequoias and like
Right.
national parks in the wintertime alone just like really show like they really make you feel like you're on another planet. Like a lot of the national parks in the wintertime make you feel like that.
Right.
No,
Because there's no humans.
never
So-
anywhere, dude. Anywhere.
It's great.
Like you're
We
like
love our
oh,
human listeners and stuff, but like every now
Yeah,
and
y'all
then,
are cool.
you just want to be somewhere where there's none of ya.
Yeah, I like that shit.
Straight up.
I like that. Plus, it's like, those protected lands. You don't know if there's like Wendigos or Pharaoh people hanging out in there, but like, it's cool. It's cool. Like, there's a lot to explore in the U.S. that I think gets taken for granted. Like there's a lot of dope ass places in Utah, like a lot of dope spots.
A lot, actually, yeah. It's surprising.
And then there's a
Several
lot of
places.
people
There's a
that
lot of
like,
cool places in Montana.
oh, Montana's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Creme de la creme.
Yeah, if you're kicking around Netflix, I recommend this cool recent documentary. It's I'm gonna have to look it up now because I can't remember it, but it's basically about ancient apocalypse or like ancient civilizations that were advanced on Netflix, and it's great. And it talks about this region of Montana might be the area where like this big mass extinction comet event happened, and just the amount of life history in that strip of region on this continent is pretty cool. in my opinion.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm with you there. There's a lot of
You're
dope
right.
ass shit.
Dope ass
A lot
shit.
of dope
dog.
ass shit.
Dope ass shit.
And we hope that if you listen to this, you were like, yo, this episode was some dope ass shit.
Oh, yo, this was dope.
I knew these guys were dropping
If you made it
bars
this long, then you get to hear what we sound like when we're drunk.
when
Thank you.
we're intoxicated. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
But this is what it's like.
You know what it's like.
Not drunk, like not.
Yeah.
Not
I'm not gonna lie. I'm fairly intoxicated. I'm thinking about. I went to
I
the
would
store.
consider not driving.
Oh no. Well, you really can't.
Yeah.
The roads here aren't ready yet. They need another like 6 hours in the sun.
They need probably
Like-
like a week. It's gonna take a week.
Dude, the snow wasn't
you-
icy.
You ain't even
That's-
you ain't gonna see a Safeway until like Tuesday next week.
I went to the grocery store. I went to Safeway today.
Oh shit! You went to Safeway today? Did you see
Yeah.
Bill?
Bill,
Oh, cool.
I saw
you know
Bill, Chill, Frill,
Yeah,
Trill.
Bill. Yeah.
No, they but like it's that's where it was like I told you, in the pre-production.
Pre-prod.
Yeah, it was like light fluffy snow. Usually it's mad icy.
Plus.
It like that shit turns into ice, but this was like I went out, I grabbed some snow in my hand. I was like, damn, this shit fucking feels like Utah. It was just like that nice,
Yeah.
like light fluff.
Snow globe snow.
Yeah, you could compact it real nice and fucking throw it,
Right.
Ah,
yeah. The greatest snow on earth. We're gonna need
Oh,
that back
dude.
here in Utah. Actually, we
Yo,
can send that back. That'd be great.
I don't care what
was
anybody
supposed to
says,
get
man.
here.
Utah's got great snow.
It's different,
Fantastic.
and you like everybody. If you're a snow person and you hear that and you laugh, it's like if you know, you know. Like, come check it out.
Yeah.
It's different. It's just like it's like squeezes up against the mountains and then falls, and it has this like it's like this different density. There's science behind it. It's different kind.
No
Snow
moisture in the
because of-
air.
It's
Just
the
comes
same.
down.
It's similar to the snow that you would get like in Tahoe area, in that area, because of the same effect there, and it's similar to the snow you get in Colorado, but in the middle, it's different. It's I don't know. Maybe we just claimed it first, but it's pretty dope. It's good snow.
Yeah.
At least it used
It's
to
good
be.
snow.
This winter's been great. It's been getting
That's
back,
good. That's good for them
getting
waters.
back to the days of
you know.
'98 when it was good snow.
Yeah.
That's when it was
Hey,
the greatest
yo.
snow on earth.
Back when the reservoirs were full. That shit ain't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like different now. That's weird. It looks
Yeah,
different
you
than
know.
it used to now. It'll get better. It always does.
Yeah, it'll replenish. It'll do some shit. I saw we're supposed to organically repair the ozone layer all of a sudden, so that shit's cool, But we're
Right.
doing it. Woo! Save the world, Captain Planet. Heart,
Ocean.
water, wind, fire.
Fires. Beers.
beers.
I don't know. There should have been a beer guy. You always need the guy that brings the beer.
Yeah, you can't save the world without like having the celebratory beer to like finish the night
Six
off
pack.
with. Yeah.
His name
Yeah,
could be
that's a
Six Pack. That's the nickname I always wish somebody gave me that nobody ever gave me. There was two. One of them was Six Pack, and not because of like my abs, because of my beers. But I guess that's why
'Cause-
nobody ever gave it to me, because I never had abs, but I always had beers. And well, maybe that was why it would have been funny. I don't know.
A
And the
Baker
other one
7.
was- maybe the other one was Snack Box or Snack Pack. Some snacks. I was like, snacks. But you can't give yourself a nickname.
I will
If I'd
say
have given
though,
myself a nickname, it would have been like Snack Box. No, I can't think of it now.
Hey, Snack Box. I'm just gonna change your name
kinda
now
like
on my
the-
phone as Snack Box Ange. Old Snack Box Ange. Oh, you know Snack Box? Yeah, me and old Snack Box go way back. One time, Snack Box saved me from an alligator. Yeah, classic Snack Box. You don't fuck around. I'm fucking
The
down
funny thing
under
is-
that guy.
The funny thing is anywhere that I exist, anywhere, office space, I have a couple of desks that I work out of, home office, this area, I have a box of snacks. Always.
That's a key thing, dude. That's key to survival and a functioning workday. You know, you don't want to like get caught up and not being able to snack. You know, you gotta get some Chester's hot fries on deck. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Kenny, before we sunset off into this episode, just a real quick honorable mention for the draft earlier. That one time that you totally flexed at the Mount West Conference tournament at NAU. This old guy who dogged out, hammered to town, won yourself a championship. Shout out.
Yeah. Interesting.
Super flex.
That could be. There could be a Keanu Reeves starred movie about that, probably.
Where Keanu plays a younger version of yourself
Yeah,
with the most
a much more
buttery-
handsome version of myself, a much more flowing. By the way, I don't follow very many people on the TikToker or whatever it is. Hit us up. Two homies chatting. We're not doing anything on there, so don't hit us up.
We don't do anything on anything.
Just if you want to get a hold of us, email us or send a letter, PO box. Just fucking with you. It's fun. But
P.O. box.
I do. So I follow a few things, and one of the things I follow, I enjoy is Keanu Reeves. Check him out. He's funny. Friend of the program.
Oh, I believe
Spirit.
it. He's a guy. He's a cool dude. He'd be a homie on the homies chatting. We could do a podcast with Keanu. I'll call it 3 homies chatting, or we could call it 2 homies chatting with Keanu.
That would get a lot more listens than. I mean, it's Keanu. Like, duh.
It's Keanu,
We could
Mr.
just
Reeves.
talk Bill and Ted's forever. I'm a fan of all 3. Let's celebrate the entire catalog.
Johnny Utah, Joe Falco, 2-time quarterback of the Ohio State University. Let's get down to business.
Matrix is a special part in my heart.
John
There,
Wicks, the whole
the
John
Wicks,
Wick series.
I love the Wicks. Hell yeah, those are
The
like
Wick
they-
series is so good.
You could hit it 8 hours straight, and you would just be juiced.
Have you watched Nobody?
Nobody?
Yeah.
Not yet.
You need if you like John Wick, watch Nobody. It's with Bob Oderdink. Is that how you say his
it's
name?
not Keanu. That's why I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, but the RZA is in it.
Oh, I love the RZA.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Bobby Digital's in it.
If you want to watch, it's from the same people that did John Wick. Kind of a little bit of a different story, but same. And Bob Oderdink is very Keanu-like.
Word.
Very good film.
I'm in. I'll watch it.
Have you watched
What's it called?
Hardcore?
Somebody?
Nobody. It's called
Oh,
Nobody.
word. Nobody. No.
Have you
self.
watched Hardcore Henry
Self.
before?
Self of no self? What?
Have you ever seen Hardcore Henry?
No, dude. I keep my safe search to at least moderate.
Well, if you do, put that on your list too. You'll enjoy that.
All right. I mean, I'm in.
Well, I'm glad everybody was into this episode, and we appreciate all of our listeners, first-time listeners, long-time listeners,
Long time callers.
Sometimes scholars, no time scholars. Shout out, send us email. Um, long time lit emailers, no time emailers.
We need a website.
Just-
I'm gonna get us a website.
We
In a
talk about
newsletter.
things, but you know,
I'm gonna outsource a newsletter to India. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be great.
I cannot wait
I
for
don't have
this
time for it,
newsletter.
but I'm gonna outsource it.
I know, it's like that's the hard part. It's like you have these ideas and
However
want to
be.
do things,
Send it to him.
and then you're,
Send it to
then
him.
you're like, I gotta
Listen
pay
to the
my
episode.
motherfucking bills.
Send it to him. I'll give you $20 if you listen to the episode. Put it in a fucking newsletter.
That's right. Let's do it. Newsletter. Write it up. My feet are cold.
Watch out for that. Anyways, we'll have you sign up
Oh,
for the news.
Well,
for the
everybody.
newsletter. It's coming. I've already done it. Like,
sign
it's
up.
coming.
Sign up. If you email us, you auto subscribe.
Is that legal? No, there'll be a click
mean-
to subscribe link.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
you'll
auto
get,
nothing.
you-
if you want this,
you'll
thing,
get an
you're gonna have to work
auto
for it.
email.
You're gonna have to type your shit too. No autofill. You have to type it out. And we're gonna do a captcha too. We're gonna do a captcha too. You gotta pick all the squares with the stairs. You gotta pick all of them with traffic lights. Fuck you. No robots. I'm only sending this newsletter to real people.
That's right. That's right.
I learned
Real
from
people.
Keanu, don't trust the robots.
Right. You take them red pills, green pills, blue pills.
I'm gonna take some blue pills now and get some rest and